recently been doing a lot of work on, to try and help my mind, and I might have been a bit quiet on social media and things, and it's been quite an intense time because of the Find Mike campaign and the film release, and I mean, I can't control my mind and my thoughts, but I'm trying not to let my mind control me, if that makes sense, which is hard. But been doing lots of things, been doing lots of reading, going to courses and classes and therapy, and I just wanted to share something that I thought might help someone that's struggling with their thoughts, particularly if their thoughts are challenging, and if their thoughts are rushing, you know, all the time, which is what mine have been like. So, probably the type of thought that comes up the most for me is deluded thoughts. And the other day I was out, and I was about to go into a delusion, as I kind of often do, you know. I'm just, suddenly I'm swallowed up into this other world. And something in my mind said, you don't have to do this, you don't have to go into this delusion. And I was like, huh? Really? And I didn't, I chose not to. I had a choice. It's something that was quite nice, actually. I get a lot of paranoid thoughts as well, and I think that I can read other people's minds, and it's always that they're thinking negatively about me, or they're out to get me, which is not a good thing, you know, obviously. It can feel quite intense. I find that I get a lot of obsessive thoughts as well. Thoughts that kind of it's like you're stuck in a sort of tornado, and you're just going round and round and round, and get a lot of obsessive thoughts about love, which might sound a bit strange, about falling in love. Seen far too many Hollywood romantic films, and got this obsession about falling in love with a guy at the moment, and yeah, it's difficult to explain, but it's the thought that I struggle with, type of thought I struggle with. Intrusive thoughts as well. Not got much room. Intrusive thoughts, I haven't got so many of these recently, but when they come, it's like, what? Where the hell has this come from? It's just, I kind of think of it as having something like Tourette's of the mind, you know, that just, suddenly this thought or this voice will come into your head, and it's just like, oh my god, you know, you're doing something that's completely irrelevant, and this thought comes in, and it's just like, where has this come from, and why? But that's why it's useful to say to yourself, this is not me, this is just a thought, you know, and to have a bit of compassion for, you know, what's going on. anxious thoughts. I find that I get a lot of anxious thoughts in social situations, and they're really intense, and I've spoken before about how that can have an effect on the body. You know, I start blushing and things like that, and it all relates back to the anxiety, the anxious thoughts. I hope this is making sense. But the point is that with all of these things, with all of it, it's just thoughts. I know that's easy to say because I'm not in the moment, but if you just keep saying to yourself, you know, this isn't me, these are just thoughts, this isn't me, this is just a thought, and try to imagine your mind as vast as the sky, you know. All of these things are just a small bit of that sky, just a few clouds in that big blue sky of your mind. You don't have to be controlled by these things. Walt Whitman said, I am large, I contain multitudes, and I think it's important to remember that there's so much more to you than all of these things. If you're really struggling, then come back to your senses, come back to the sounds you're hearing, or come back to the breath. Feel it coming in and out of the body, and maybe that might take some power away from all of these things. And always remember that if you're really struggling, that you are your heart. You are your heart more than these things, you know? Don't forget that. Thanks. Sorry, I just watched the video back and I didn't show you my heart properly. Well, this is my heart, and we all have one of these, and we all have natural compassion and natural empathy and natural love, I think, and try and focus on that when all of the thoughts are overwhelming you. This is stronger than this.